Anything they want to discuss, just open up your mic and we'll get started from there.
Yeah, hello. I don't know if I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
So brief introduction. So I'm only starting to get into the business broker world. And the first thing naturally that I'm trying to look into is the licensing, basically, and legally what I need to operate. And I think my first question would have to be, and I think I know the answer, but I want to be sure, is if, for example, if my business broker company is based out of Delaware, but then I'm getting leads from, to broker businesses around all of the United States. Do I need licensing in the state where the business is incorporated that's being broker, or my own business? I'm assuming it's the business that's being brokered, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, generally speaking, there's 17 states that require some type of licensing in order to sell businesses in that state. The others don't. So it really depends on where the business is located. For example, if it's in Texas, Texas is not a licensed state, so you can sell it. It's not a problem. However, if it's in California, California is a licensed state. Florida is a licensed state. Arizona is a licensed state. Colorado is a licensed state. So you need to know which states are licensed states. And then if the business is located in that state, then you will have to either get licensed in that state if you want to sell it, or partner with somebody who is licensed in that state, where you can, work with them in the background, but their name and license number would go on all the paperwork. Awesome.
So following to that, I have seen the list of 17 states, and they require a real estate license, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
I know there's an exception, Illinois, that they also require to be registered with them, but out of these 17 states, they only require a real estate license, or excluding Illinois, some of them do. Some of them also require something else.
Nevada. Nevada is the only state that requires a business broker permit in addition to a real estate license.
So California, for example, doesn't.
No, California is just a real estate license. If you have a real estate license, you're golden. You're good to go.
Okay.
So awesome. If you have a real estate license, though, in California, they have two different licenses. They have a salesperson license and a broker license. If you have a broker license, you can work on your own independently. If you have a salesperson license, it has to be hung under a broker.
Okay, awesome. And following to that, I think this is probably my last question. Maybe I have two more following this. Delaware, Delaware. It's not in the list of the 17 states, but Delaware has like a broker license, it's like a general broker license, but it's not in the list of 17 states. So I'm not sure if I need this broker license to operate in Delaware, because I actually have a lead in Delaware at the moment.
I don't know. I mean, your best bet would be to contact an attorney in Delaware and get a legal opinion on that.
Okay.
I mean, you can certainly look up the statute yourself, but unless you have some type of legal background, you're best off to always get a legal opinion from an attorney that is in that state that can interpret the laws of that state for you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Actually, you answered my last question there. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have until now. Excited to hear other questions. Thanks.
So I have a question for you. What type of businesses are you interested in selling?
Honestly, at the moment, everything. I'm not very, I'm open to everything at the moment. As I said, I'm just beginning, so I'm only starting to look at everything. If I'm getting leads, I'm not yet segmented to anything specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So what we call a generalist, I would say probably 98% of the business brokers out there are generalists.
Yep.
Right? Because what we're selling is cash flow. Yeah. I mean, basically every business, we're selling cash flow. So it doesn't matter if the cash flow is being generated by a manufacturing company or a tax practice, it's still cash flow that we're selling.
Yep, absolutely. And something else, I think is something I want to add, that I found, and maybe it's good for someone that's in my position, that even though only 17 states need the real estate license, for example, I got a lead that has real estate involved in the selling, and which in a state that doesn't require the license, and I think I'm gonna have to get a license in that state as well, because obviously the selling of the business has real estate involved. So in that case, I need a license. Thought that was something of value to add that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and depending on the type of, like, for example, a gas station. It's not like you can separate out the gas station from well, you can actually, because there's a lot of gas stations that don't own the land that they're operating on. They're actually leasing it. But if you're dealing with a business owner that owns the gas station and they own the land that it sits on, they're going to want to sell the whole thing as one transaction, one sale.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be sold as a business typically, but it does include real estate. And so, yes, you would have to have a real estate license, even in those states that don't require a license to sell a business. But because that land is involved, you have to have a real estate license. So yeah, you're absolutely correct on that. Anything that